Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be installing this Ohana rig supply dash mounting solutions for my 100 series Land Cruiser. So stay tuned and keep watching. Hit a subscribe. Alright, so welcome back. Today we're going to be installing a another Ohana rig supply product. Today we're going to be installing their mounting solution for the 100 series for the dash. So now we're going to be able to have everything in eye vision, and also going to be able to mount my phone, mount my Midland radio, and also possibly a tablet or even another cell phone mount on the other side. So there's going to be a lot more options utilizing their product. So let's go ahead and show you their product. Yo, I'm super excited. Yeah, I really like working with Ohana rig supply. This should, just because a lot of the products, so if not all the products, but most of the products are drill free, at least the ones that I've installed. You know, Ohana rig supply is a small company. I think it's a one-man team. Man, I really like this stuff. I'm super excited about this. You guys are probably like, man, this guy's annoying. But I literally look forward to, you know, putting stuff in my Land Cruiser and doing installations for brands. Here's one bracket. This one I believe goes inside, and we'll show you, with 2 bolts and a little thing right there. Don't know what that is, but one bracket here. And now you have your mounting system right here. So here you have a Ohana rig supply dash mounting system for your 100 series Land Cruiser. Here's, you can see the texture. So it has a rough texture, powder coated Ohana rig supply logo right in the front. Here is the top part. So here's your mount. Well, here's your mounting points for the front. So you got little slots, or if you already have something that has a screw on, they have 2 screw-ons, so they have screw inserts right there. I think I got it. And then you have, again, 2 on the bottom, 2 on the side, 2 on this side. Then your slots here. Man, I'm really looking forward to this. And then you have your top mounting sliding points here. So if you have, you know, one of those T slots that slides right in, you can slide it right in just like that. Another 2 holes here to mount, another mounting point again on this side. And then you have a larger T-slot mounting point right here. And then you have your large Ohana rig supply logo on the front. You do have to use a double-sided 3M to keep probably this from moving back and forth or lifting. So that's not bad. So you don't have to drill anything. All you have to do is use the mounting bracket here. Take off your dash panel or dash insert around the radio, mount this to there, and then I think that's it. All right, man. Oh man, sorry about that. It actually does have 2 little, it has 3 rubber bump stops here. That's probably what's gonna make this sit just like this up against it, so you don't have no vibration. Man, oh man, I really loved just my OEM look with the OEM radio. But cool thing about this is, if you are running an OEM radio, you still have access to your CD player. I mean, you don't want to mount anything in the front of it if you're putting a CD, because then it's going to get in the way. But most of the stuff that I am going to be mounting is going to be mounting on the top part. I'm looking forward to, you know, doing this installation and using this. But you still have access again to your radio here. So yeah, let's go ahead and read our instructions and show you how to do the installation. First thing we're going to do is remove this faceplate here. I've never done this before, so let's go ahead and use our interior remover. If you want to pick some of these up on my Amazon store, I'll put a link on the description below. They're fairly inexpensive, but they're good to have if you're always doing any panel removing or anything you might need that you don't want to scratch. There you go. Get this little corner right here that helped out. So then I should just kind of pop out, put this on this side. There you go. There we go. Just take your time when it comes to plastics. I need to glue this back on because then we want to keep all the dirt and ventilation. This is actually a good time to, I'm going to actually disconnect all this. Here, you don't have to, you could just sit it down just like this. But I'm going to disconnect this because I want to clean inside the vents and around the inside. Obviously, we do a lot of off-roading, so this is a good time to go ahead and clean that and clean, as you can see on the radio. I just don't want to keep messing it up. Okay, so now that we removed the face plate, we're going to remove these two top screws from the radio plate. Don't worry, there's still two more plates, screws on the bottom, so the actual radio won't fall from the radio won't fall out. All right, so we got both screws out. We're going to go ahead and put the plate and slide it into place in here and put it right there and put the screws in. But one thing I did notice prior to filming this section of the video is that the OEM screws are not long enough. So I did address this with Ohana, and Ohana said that to send them the information so that they could supply the screws, which I think they will, or tell you which size screws. But you know, again, I think they're going to make this correction. And behind this, there's nothing blocking how long of a bolt you get. So I ended up picking up this bolt here, and it shows you the difference in length is that much. So we're going to go ahead and use the bolts that I went to go buy at the hardware store. Don't have to be fancy. You just got to make sure that it holds the radio in place. Again, it's not loose, but we don't want it to be shaking while we're trailing. So let's go ahead and put the bolts that I went to go pick up. So we're going to put in our plate, and then we're going to grab our bolt. Then we're going to grab our second one, and we didn't put this one all the way in just yet. We're going to drop in our other one. So it does indicate that we're going to have to do some trimming because obviously this bracket is coming from the inside, so this is usually pretty tight. So it says that we're going to have to do some trimming on here. We're going to go ahead and see what trimming we need to do. We're going to plug our stuff back in. We're going to put this back in and see where we need to do our trimming. Okay. So we're going to have to do our trimming in this area right here. I don't know if you guys can see. Right in this area, there's going to be some trimming that we need to do. And I'm going to start off little by little, and I'm going to do the back half, and I'm going to show you right now. I did some markings, as you can see. You could use this as a guide, and I did some markings right here on this edge. So I'm going to do is file this down up to the lip so that we don't lose or expose the front. If you wanted to get rid of this and not use this anymore, I don't want to be showing the filing that I did in the front of it, but just the top of it. So let's show you how I'm going to do that. Here are my markings that I scratched. I'm going to go ahead and cut up right up to the halfway to the edge and see how it fits from there. So now I feel we got to the edge, kind of show you. I still left the lip a little small lip here. So here's the 2 cuts. Hopefully you guys can see that. Again, use a file, take your time. I just got a little Dremel happy, but Dremel does make it life a lot easier. Should be good. Let's go ahead and mount it. Now let's go ahead and plug our connections back. And this should, again, this is an installation. It says, I believe, like 10-15 minutes, so it shouldn't take long. You know, again, the video takes longer just because I'm showing you guys how to do it. If I was doing it without recording, it'll be a lot faster. I'm hoping that this should be done here, and we shall see. Push in, push in, push in, push in. There's a little bit of gap right here. Again, there's my little scratch. You'll see what this is for. This is actually really smart marketing. This piece right here makes a difference in their branding, and it's nothing crazy, but it's a brushed aluminum sticker. There's just so the gaps around the whole thing is perfect, except for right here, obviously. Again, I could cut this front lip here or front of the faceplate, and it'll be perfect. It'll fall into place, but I don't want to trim again in front of here, just in case if I ever do decide to take this off, which I don't think so. But here we have it all snapped into place. Let's make sure that everything works. That works. That's working. Let's before we go ahead and finish our installation, clock is working, all the settings are working. Rear, fan, defrost, heaters. I always forget about that. Anyways, everything's working. Radio's working. All right, so let's finish this installation. Top panel, and we're gonna set it there. Because this doesn't have a set screw like the other top pieces, I'm gonna go ahead and put some blue Loctite on it, just semi-permanent, just so that if any vibrations and anything like that doesn't loosen it up. You don't have to do this. This is not in the instructions, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Just put it enough. So now we're going to drop this down and put it in. By hand, and we're going to do the same thing with the other one. And these ones you don't want to over tighten, because again, the threading, you don't want to strip them. So why do I know this? Because I've done it before. So go ahead and put it on the other side. And then we've got a little tightness right there. Oh, before we did that, first and foremost, before you tighten these up, and if you decide to put a Loctite like I did, remove the double-sided tape underneath this section right here. This will help obviously strengthen this. I don't want to do it because I don't want a double-sided tape onto my dash. Just my personal opinion. Do what you want, but take note that I am not a professional installer of anything. This is just a YouTube channel. I'm showing you how I did it. So I feel confident enough. Again, it's loose right now, so we're going to go ahead and tighten it as tight as we can, without overly torquing it, because we don't want to mess up the threads. That's perfect right there. And that's why I tell you I know, because I over threaded it earlier. I got fancy, but I think we're good, and we have Loctite on it. If not, worst case scenario, we're gonna put a nut behind it, but we're still solid. We got Loctite on it. You can't even notice the gap underneath the dash. It's not blocking the CD player, nothing. This thing is great. So that's it. That is all. Let me show you around. You got mounts here, 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 and mounts here. You have all sorts of mounts. This is really sturdy. Again, if you want to do the double-sided tape, that's on your end. But take a look at it. It looks really good. We'll do, I don't know, cinematic. The logo. Remember I said the logo and that little brushed aluminum? Look at that. That's why, because it pops up. All right, so that's the installation. Everything else is in place. So there you guys have it. Ohana rig supply dash mount, accessory dash mount for your 100 series Land Cruiser. Cutting and trimming, that's the hardest part of the installation. And then if you want to put the double-sided tape, if you feel more stronger, look, it's solid. This bracket inside here, it's holding on to it, the whole front. If you have something heavier, obviously use the back half of it. Again, don't over tighten these. But, I mean, you saw it's sturdy as hell. I'm sure, like, you know, it's not going to go nowhere. Depending on what you're mounting, if you're going to be mounting a tablet or anything like that, then go ahead and do the double-sided tape. I don't know what I'm going to be mounting yet, but it's as easy as 2 bolts to remove this and you know, use the double-sided tape. So hope you guys enjoyed this installation of the Ohana rig supply dash mounting system that they provide. If you want to go ahead and pick one of these up, click on the description on the link below. They sent it to me so I could do an installation for you guys. Yeah, and then should be a discount code below there too. So hope you guys enjoy this. Next video on this would be what am I mounting onto my Ohana's rig supply dash mounting solution. So stay tuned, keep watching, and thanks for the subscribe.